on, everyone? And I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend and are prepared for the week ahead. Now, this week's watch list is quite small. Not really liking many of the pairs, to be honest. Markets look pretty boring, but the pound pairs look quite interesting. That's why all you can see is pound against the Canadian dollar, and then we got pound against New Zealand, we got pound against the Swiss, and pound against the dollar. Now, I'm bullish on two and bearish on two, and I'll be breaking that down now. So the first thing, we got pound against the Canadian dollar. This was a trade that I've broken down in last week's video, I believe. Uh, Still waiting on a confirmation. I was in some buys on Friday. I'll show you now from where. Of this level right here, price moved impulsively. Stop loss was already at break even. Price pulled back, took out my stop loss at break even. So now I'm no longer in a position. Just gonna continue to wait for further confirmation. Preferably waiting for price to take out the structure, and then look to enter in on probably for Monday London or Monday New York, if not Tuesday. Until then is more of a waiting game, but we can see price is beginning to accumulate at this level of demand, and I'm not sure why it's red. It should be great. There we go. Okay, so it's just more of a waiting game, waiting for price to accumulate more and potentially open us some re-entry opportunities to scale in on to long it into some higher levels. Okay, so this is just a trade we'll be waiting and monitoring to see if we can get in at any re-entry point. Next, we got pound against the New Zealand dollar. Now this trade is pretty clean. We had this trendline liquidity right here that was taken out by this impulsive move down right over here, and then price is beginning to recover, taking out levels of of supply, and we had that change of character here on the hourly. Okay, this was a supply on the 30-minute, I believe. Yeah, that's it. It was a supply on the 30-minute. But anyways, yep, let's get straight into the breakdown for this pair. Liquidity was taken out, price then pulled back, starting to recover to fill in all of this inefficiency that it has created. We had that failure of supply and that change of character on the hourly. And now we have all of this imbalance created and waiting for price to pull back to fill it in. We also have this level of liquidity right here that I'd expect to be induced before we get that mitigation at this 4-hour level of demand. So something I'll be looking for is for price to simply drop down into this area. If the timing is right, I would potentially go in aggressive. If not, I will wait for a further confirmation at this level to long it into some areas of imbalance, like here on the 4-hour. Okay, so it's a pretty textbook setup. Liquidity was taken out, price pulled back, took out that 1-hour structure, filled that level of supply. Then we wait for a pullback to fill in this imbalance, take out that liquidity, tap into this 4-hour level of demand. As you can see, we have that beautiful indecision candle right there. So waiting for the pullback into that area. If the timing is right, we'll look to go in aggressive. If not, then we'll wait for a confirmation at this level and long it into this level right here at around 1.93. Okay, next we got a pound Swiss. I think I shared this pair with you guys, not too sure, but anyways, I'm monitoring this 4-hour level of supply right over here. That price is approaching. Liquidity has been built up just below this level, but again, because it is a very big zone, I'll be waiting for a confirmation entry, even though it is a textbook setup. It's just the stop loss will be too huge. So something I'll be looking out for is for price to take out that level of liquidity, drop down to take out some lows, pull back into a fresh level of supply, and then ride it all the way down into some levels of demand. Okay, so it is pretty textbook, very nice setup in my personal opinion, but it's more of a waiting game. Okay, we have that level of supply here, levels of liquidity below that. We can expect that liquidity to be taken out, mitigation at this 4-hour level right here. And on top of that, we have the price cycle, we have that consolidation, expansion, retracement to fill in the imbalance, and then that reversal to continue to move over to the downside. Okay, so it is pretty clean, but it's more of a waiting game. And then we got the pound dollar, pretty much same thing. However, we can look to counter trend this trade. Now let's head over to the daily. What do I see? Very nice level of supply here on the daily. That price hasn't yet mitigated. Okay, we still got that further imbalance right there that I'd like to see filled. And we also have that liquidity built up just below this level of supply on the daily. Okay, now if we head down to the 1 hour, or was it the 1 hour, we can potentially look to counter this trade. Okay, so highs was taken out right here, liquidity was built up just above this level of demand, which is on the 30 or 45, 50. Okay, we had that level of demand right over here. Okay, which was left unmitigated, and that level of liquidity built up that I would expect price to manipulate and tap into this level where we can potentially look to long into. I wouldn't long it into the area of supply, I'll just long it into this 4-hour liquidity. Okay, because we do have that double top, so I'll just target that liquidity, I wouldn't target the supply. And then if price just continue, I would wait for price to tap into this daily supply and then wait for a confirmation entry at this point to then ride it all the way down into some lower levels, for example this daily demand right over here. Okay, so we will see how price approaches this area of demand and the timing of it. We will then look to potentially long it off of that level for a 1 to 6.5 risk to reward, and then we will be patiently waiting for price to tap into the daily supply, where we can then wait for a confirmation entry to look to swing it into some lower levels, like I was mentioning, at that daily demand down here at that 1.205 region. Okay, so that is pretty much it for this week's watch list. If I do have any pairs that I keep an eye out for throughout the week, like always, I would definitely take a screenshot of the analysis and send it into the mentors chart section. As of right now, this is all I got, and I'm wishing you guys all the best for the week ahead. All right, guys, let's kill it.